A good night's sleep that relies on a popular supplement could be damaging your health. A new preliminary study shows that long-term use of melatonin is associated with a higher risk of heart failure. Mercy Health interventional cardiologist Dr. Nicole Shaheen joins me now to discuss these findings. Doctor, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me today.
Yes, so melatonin, it is a hormone that is naturally produced in the body to help us regulate our sleep. Can you explain why people might be using melatonin supplements frequently? What do you notice?
I think, as you said, people perceive it as a natural hormonal remedy. It's sold over the counter, and in today's times, we have a lot of insomnia and chronic sleep problems related to stress from work, increased travel related to work, as well as poor sleep hygiene and screen times. So I think people see it as a quick and easy solution to a problem such as insomnia that they could treat at home.
And what happens when you take these supplements over letting your own body regulate your sleep?
Yeah, so it tries to artificially replace the hormone that your body should make, and it can be effective in the short term for certain types of insomnia, but the ideal treatment would be to address the underlying cause, try to improve your sleep hygiene, develop a bedtime routine, sleeping at the same time every day. So it does try to replace the natural process and improve the circadian rhythm, but the ideal and better treatment for that would be to address the underlying causes and try to put your body back into a normal circadian rhythm itself.
Yeah, and a lot of supplements, they have a level of risk associated with them. Can people feel safe taking something that has minimal research surrounding it? I mean, what do you think is safe when it comes to melatonin and heart health?
So, while it is true that melatonin compared to prescription medications has less research, it should be known that melatonin used in the short-term setting to treat things such as jet lag or insomnia related to shift work is actually safe and is pretty well studied. Most of that research that we have suggests that it is safe and a well-tolerated treatment in the short term. What's not well studied and not well known is long-term chronic daily melatonin use. That's what this study that's due to be presented at the American Heart Association conference this week was attempting to look at, was associations with long-term use and problems that could arise. That being said, the study is in its very early stages, and it's not powered to look for a direct causation of melatonin causing things like heart failure. I think that melatonin use in the short term is safe, but once you start getting into a daily use, anything over a few weeks, patients should be cautious with proceeding. That's not well studied at all.
If someone's having maybe chronically, chronic issues sleeping when it comes to, going to bed at night, maybe having insomnia, could that be an indicator of cardiac problems at the same time?
So what we know for sure is that chronic insomnia can lead to cardiac issues and puts you at an increased risk for certain cardiac conditions. I don't think it's safe to say that everyone who has insomnia has underlying issues. It's usually the other way around, that insomnia can cause cardiac problems. That being said, one of the main sleep issues that we see in this country is sleep apnea. And underlying and untreated sleep apnea over time can lead to cardiovascular issues and has multiple effects on the heart and lungs. So I do think it's always a good idea if you're struggling with chronic insomnia to get checked out by your healthcare provider and rule out any underlying conditions that could lead to cardiovascular causes. But insomnia itself does not usually cause cardiac conditions.
Yeah, very important. Your sleep is a very important, vital part of your health. Doctor, thank you so much for taking the time to join us to weigh in on this.